know what to eat and what not to eat, and they knew how to take care of their bodies. They knew how to annually cleanse themselves so that they can rid themselves of any toxins or problems that they might have. But now it's all around us, and it's taken a toll on the Native American community, because I think our bodies are genetically different, and they can't tolerate that, and it depletes them. Because if you look at our health programs or our different health problems, we have so many, and they all seem to be intertwining and just kind of working against the Native American community, and it's not just one, it's many.
And they get very apprehensible of that, because they believe that they need this nurturing of this physical. They need this help from this doctor, that the Creator gave us these doctors to save because our flesh is weak. Our spiritual power is great, but our flesh is weak, and they realize that. The other thing is that the doctors always give them medicine. A lot of our people aren't really good at that, taking medicine. They would rather not. I had a woman, for an example, who needed a pacemaker. She said the Creator did not give her that power. She was going to give herself up, because the Creator, He didn't give pacemakers. She didn't see it that way. That was a natural fact, was for her to die. That was the natural fact.
If it's supposed to happen, it will happen. And for a lot of Indian people, they feel that same way. They feel that things happen for a reason. They don't understand right away what that reason is, but there's a reason behind it.
Everybody talked to her about this spiritual power, this healing power, and that the Creator made the doctors, and we talked her into it. The only thing that saved her is the reason why she went and got this. Her family wanted this. She did not.
In the Native American teachings, being healthy is an active process of keeping in balance with the emotional, mental, spiritual, and physical part of oneself and all of creation. One of the traditional methods of doing this is to follow the instruction of the medicine wheel. The wheel is separated into 4 sections representing 4 directions, 4 winds, 4 seasons, and 4 periods of life. Within it are several layers of teachings given as the learner progresses. The outer circle symbolizes the sacred circle. At its center, true balance and connection is obtained. The power of the circle is used throughout Indian culture whenever people come together to share in conversation or ceremony.
It helps me to understand my way of life. As I round a bend and I come to something new, I'm like I'm at the east door and an infant, not knowing. I have to look to those people who've been there and wise to tell me where I need to go. I need some structure, I need some guidance, and then as I become and I know a little bit, I get like that teenager, and I want to know it all and don't want to listen to anybody. And then I can mellow out again and then become like the adult, and then pass on my wisdom again as someone enters over there and doesn't know and understand. Then it's my duty to teach them.
Cultural sensitivity is really about maintaining a person-centered approach to one another. Arlene Naganash talks about why a new Native Veterans Clinic built in the Southwest wasn't utilized effectively. Finally, the director made a house call to get the answer.
He says, "You know about the clinic down there?" I said, "Oh yes, I know about the clinic." He says, "You know that's for the veteran, especially for you?" "Yeah." He says, "Well, why don't you use it?" He says, "Oh, I went there once." He says, "Yeah?" He says, "Yeah, I went there." So I went in. I stood there. Nobody said hello. "Can I help you? What do you need?" He says, "I waited about a half an hour." He was never acknowledged, so he left. He figured he wasn't supposed to be there. And so he left. And there are many Indian people who still feel that way. I went there once. I won't go again.
That's one of the main things that I've seen come from working with our local health departments and extension offices, and our local hospital works well with us. People, the doctors, the lab people, they get to know the Native American culture to where they know where their boundaries might be, and they get more respectful. they begin to ask questions. Well, maybe if I'm offending you, maybe I shouldn't do this or that or the other thing. And before, there was no awareness until these providers sent that message on.
We, look at each individual woman or man who comes in to seek services as their own, as an opportunity to explore each individual's healthcare world, because medicine can't fix everything, and sometimes it's just listening, sometimes it's sharing, sometimes it's knowing and not being able to change things, but accepting the individual. I appreciate so much anyone who knows their heritage and how rich that is to protect. And one of the things that we discovered is that so many of the young women who were coming in were not reporting their heritage. They weren't claiming their Native American grandmothers and grandfathers. And so to be able to talk to them about that and have them quickly say, oh yes, I want that erased. I want that changed from white to Native American, because now I can be proud about that. And I'm going to go find my grandmother and I'm going to, listen to her stories. What a privilege. What a privilege to be a part of that.
They start with the holistic approach, and it's not just one thing. It's everything. They heal with their whole being, and it's teaching me how to be a better health caregiver, because I'm able to try. I'm not say I'm able to do that, because the Creator's the only person that can do that. But I am learning how to work with that and work through me and work with the people, and it's really a great experience, a very, very, very rewarding experience.
As a healthcare professional, opening the door to cultural sensitivity can make a difference for the individuals and the community that you serve. The trust built will translate into more visitation and regular checkups, greater prevention information presented, and an increasing momentum of health awareness. When the Opening Doors Project first started, a total of 45 Native American people per year received services at the 3 participating county health department clinics. By the third year, the total who received services increased to 237. Over 90% of the providers at those county health departments responded that the project's education and outreach efforts were successful and helpful to the community, but equally helpful to the staff.
Always to keep in mind, and it's very hard in our busy life, that is the sacredness of the individual that comes to see you, not necessarily Indian person. We believe all individuals are sacred beings, and to honor that sacredness. And it doesn't take a long time to do that.